figured we talk about your fitness journey.
Not mine.
Yes,
not mine.
Yes.
No.
We talk about
That's not even cool.
your fitness journey.
No. Okay.
But first I had to do an intro.
Yes, you do. And you probably have already started. And now I'm going to get chopped. See, folks, he already started. It's Gym Talk, number 30. Like, get ready, boys and girls.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gym Talk number 30. This is so weird because I usually say Grant and Tyler, so it just throws me off. But anyway, this is a special episode.
It is special.
Yeah. Today I have my dad on the show. Hi, Shelby. And so we are actually both going to be taking pre-workout, and this one's a little bit different. It's going to be very interesting.
It is.
So you've got Amino Energy you're currently taking.
Yes.
And how many scoops did you take?
I do one.
Just do one.
But
That's very light.
for me,
No, that's very light in general.
because considering the fact that people...
How many cups of coffee did you drink?
Okay, because of you, I have, since you and Tyler sat here and you said...
Bombarded you.
You said, Dad...
I mean, come on, you drink a lot of coffee. You drink it like water sometimes.
Correct.
Sometimes.
Okay, I mean, if you consider that I've had
How many
5,
cups? 5 today?
6,
6 today? Wow. That's like
but then...
that's like 500 milligrams.
Okay, but realize and understand, then you made the comment that I should probably only do 1 scoop. So I've always done 1 scoop of amino.
All right.
Even though, because you said that 2...
2 is like their typical like wake up morning type of thing, and then they were like, your pre-workout should be 4. Then you're like, if you want extreme, take 6, and you're like, there's only 30 servings in here.
So maybe I should be doing 2.
Maybe.
Because clearly it doesn't do.
But today I've
What
got
do you
Vice G Code. It's Legend Lime. So I have taken this before on the channel. It's been Cherry Swola. So it's got 180 milligrams of caffeine, and then 25 milligrams of green tea leaf extract and 25 milligrams of green coffee bean extract. So you add that on top of the caffeine.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a total of 230.
Do you like it?
I haven't had this flavor before, because since this was actually in one of my boxes. It smells really gross though.
Well, that's...
How's the blueberry mojito?
It's good, but I enjoy all the flavors.
You enjoy all the flavors?
Okay, I'm the guy, folks, that will even mix flavors.
Mix them? Okay. Hey, that's fine.
I mean, because...
I mean, like I've actually done that before too, where like I've had a little bit of my animal pack,
Right.
like that's like strawberry or fruit punch, and I'm just like, oh, I'll mix in my pre-workout. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. And
Okay, he's the guy that does the suicides, and for...
I used to do this.
Yeah, and nobody...
Used to.
And probably most people don't realize what that is, but just so...
It's when you do
Realize.
every single soda flavor or flavor of soda at like a restaurant or however it may be. So, but yeah, this actually kind of tastes like a suicide now that you bring it up like that. So, but yeah, it smells weird, doesn't it?
Smells like lemon lime.
Yeah. Anyway. So today, are you going to be doing legs with me?
Yes.
Yes.
I will do legs with you today.
Perfect. I love it. I'm very excited.
Well, he's excited. I haven't done legs in so long that I might need that special parking space that
That's
people talk
totally
about.
fine.
The-
That's
the
totally
leg-
fine.
The leg one? Yeah. Oof. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
So now this has actually been pre-recorded, just letting you know. But just yesterday, that's when we found out that Franco Columbu has passed. And honestly, first off, you found out down here. You found it through me.
Correct.
But I found it out through Twitter.
Did you?
Yeah. And like, I was kind of like bummed throughout the rest of yesterday, pretty much. How
I
did
can
you
see
feel
that.
whenever
I can see you being more bummed probably than me.
It's just like, he was such of a huge influence for Arnold and for bodybuilding in general, that he was a huge power lifter to begin with.
Correct.
And then went into bodybuilding.
Correct. And Frank Columbu, for me, was almost
Franco.
right. Was almost the beginning.
I mean, he was the beginning of the golden age.
Correct. So it didn't really, for me, it wasn't like if you had told me if I came down here and you said Arnold had died, that would have been a total different
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that.
Because he's been so far removed from the sport for so long that it's kind of one of those situations where, oh, that's very sad. Because he's kind of like one of the godfathers.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, he's still been a part of the sport. He just hasn't been participating, of course, because of the fact that he was 78.
Right, he was 78. So it's been a while, but his name is synonymous with it.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's been crazy just to like see the different images also from him, like in his past and everything, and like of course he was like what, 5'6", 5'8", something like that, very short, but still was like, his body was impressive.
It was, and the interesting part about it is go back and look at him versus what has transpired year after year after year. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think they're gravitating more back to like the 80s where the abs are a very huge focus. You're not as bloated anymore, but you're more defined, right? And
there's a lot more cutting involved.
And so like Sean Roden did that, right? But then you've heard about Sean Roden. So he's also had potential like sexual misconduct and rape allegations towards him.
I heard.
So then he's no longer participating, and it's been a whirlwind for bodybuilding. But I was also curious. So like,
yes,
during the golden age of bodybuilding, I guess even during like the 70s, like middle of 70s, did that transpire to any sort of like popular media at all? No. Did you know about it back then?
Yes. We did.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as prevalent.
Okay.
As it is now. Media, social media, all of that makes it. Okay, back in the 70s, it just wasn't. You didn't hear about it.
Right.
You didn't really get a lot of information. Yes, were there magazines? Oh yeah, right? You'd have the big magazines and everybody would read about it, but not to the point where it is now.
Right. I was just curious just to be like, because since everybody talks about it, the golden age of bodybuilding, to where it's very popular and everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about pumping iron. I mean, was that in theaters at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Really?
It did.
Really?
It went to theaters. And but even before pumping iron, there were people that you knew that did it.
Right.
And where they got their information was magazines.
Yeah. It was the magazine game.
It was huge. Magazines were huge.
Because what was it? Joe Weider or Joe Weider.
Joe Weider.
Weider, I guess that's his name. But it has an R at the end. It should be Joe Weider. But anyway, yeah.
Yes.
He was the one who really promoted a lot of the magazines, right? And
And protein powder back then wasn't what it is now.
Oh yeah, no.
Supplements back then.
I'm curious on how gross they were back then.
Okay, truthfully and honestly, I can only imagine. When I went to college, there was about 4 or 5 guys
Yeah.
that used protein powder, and then there was a large amount who just flat out used steroids.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Huge.
Huh.
Huge.
Interesting.
I mean, again, there was those 4 or 5 who quote wanted to do it cleanly and do it with respect to the sport, okay, in college. And then there was that group that just went out, took the steroids and pounded.
Did any cheerleaders take steroids?
No,
No.
but a few football players.
Yeah.
But then again, drug testing wasn't
It wasn't a thing.
And then there were guys even on my floor who just wanted to be as big as possible.
Yeah.
And so they took steroids.
Huh.
Just flat out.
Interesting.
Now realize that began in the early 80s, but
Yeah, but that's still during like that whole,
a lot of people didn't know them.
I mean that's also during the boom of like Arnold going into pictures, right? I mean, like
Correct.
him being the massive mass monster doing probably what, Commando?
Conan
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Conan back then.
And so I mean, like, people wanted to be like him, and it just makes sense.
Right, because he was one of the biggest men that at that time you ever saw.
Yeah.
You know?
And arguably the biggest guy biggest chest we've seen. I think so.
I mean,
that's just me.
there's probably some guys out there like strongmen who are probably
Well, the one thing about strongmen is that they will be bigger in size, but they will not be as like defined, proportioned,
correct,
and things like that. So I mean, like, they're going to have fat on top of their muscle.
Correct.
So like, it's not going to be as chiseled
at all
compared to what Arnold had.
Right. Strongmen don't. No.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting. So I mean, like, especially whenever you look at what is happening now, with, I mean, I don't know how many steroids there are out there, how many different there are, how many synthetic ones there are. On top of that, SARMs. On top of that, like, different just synthetic, artificial, anything.
The only thing we were basically back then was a needle or a pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was steroids. It
Right.
wasn't
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't all the other designer things that caused the same effect. It was just simply steroid, a shot,
Right.
a pill.
Huh. That's wild.
And it did exactly what people say it did.
Right.
Exactly. The guys who took it, you knew it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah.
You saw how big they got, how fast they got, but also you saw the acne.
Mm-hmm.
And the other big sign in school was the anger.
You saw the anger?
The anger was like, boom, boom.
Because I mean, like, that's like one of the most misconceptions for steroids in itself. That's been like one of the biggest ones. This anger on roids, or however it may be, right? Roid anger, or whatever it's called. Roid rage. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, like, that's been one of the biggest misconceptions. Because I mean, like, now I think it's a lot easier. I think back then, because of like the thought process was a little bit more simple, as like with what you're doing for weightlifting, right? Or what you're doing to get bigger. It's simply, you're going to go to the gym. You're more than likely going to eat actually pretty good anyway, right? Compared to other people. So therefore, your thought process is very limited. And therefore, like, you don't really think about anything else. And
No, he did. And The only reason why I say no, he didn't, because there was one guy on our floor at college that, I mean, there were a lot of guys who did it. We were affected directly by him.
Okay.
Like, once he got on it and once he saw his body,
His growth and everything else, and
then it was almost like, that's all I want to accomplish. That's all I want to do.
Very driven,
Right, to the point where he didn't go to class. He didn't do things. He slept a lot. And then he'd take it and go and...
Just rinse and repeat,
Yeah, and it got to the point where... and then you start to begin to see the anger starting to...
Yeah, because you're just very tunnel visioned, right? And if anything, that disrupts your tunnel vision, you kind of...
Right, or just disagree or say something to him that is totally different than...
Yeah, I mean, like even at work, I'll be like in my vision and like, like just focused. And then if somebody comes up to me that says completely something random that I do not like, I get upset very quickly. And I'm just like, it just like throws me off and everything else. I mean, like, yeah, it could be that.
It could, yeah.
So, anyway. I want to kind of shift a lot of gears to this.
He's going to move in a lot of different directions.
A lot of different directions.
So hang on.
A lot of different directions. So, as of this video, let's see here. We would be under week 1 of football. Week 1 would be done. We're already on week 2.
Okay.
On the venture of week 2. So, I think it'd be a little bit fun if we just kind of went through the week 2 of NFL, and then also we just talk about like who do we think would probably go to the playoffs or however may be, and see. Let's just see what works.
I gotcha. I do have a question.
Yes.
Okay. Since by the time that they do it, right, everything's passed. Your thoughts on Luck?
On Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
What is
the way he did it?
Oh, the way he retired?
Yeah.
I mean, he said it in front of a press conference, and he was crying while he was doing that. I mean, like, I don't know.
Okay, here's my question.
Why is everybody so hung up on it?
No, okay, here's my question from a football standpoint.
Yeah.
Because you played.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
Okay, from a football standpoint, when you start, shouldn't you finish? Or, okay.
You're talking about starting the practice of this year.
The preseason, okay.
The preseason and everything?
Preseason.
But then at the same time, like, he's been mentally exhausted after how many injuries, after how many hits, after, how many drills that he's done before.
Right.
I mean, like, he was physically and mentally exhausted off of everything.
Don't disagree.
Yeah.
Don't disagree. But being a football player, being a team sport,
yes,
being in a locker room,
yes,
with a group,
and with one of the most valuable players on the team. I mean, I get it.
With a common goal, with the drive and desire to meet the end together.
Yeah.
Okay? Sorry, folks. I'm also a coach. Where do you see where I'm kind of...
I see where you're getting at, but I still don't agree with it. Because of the fact that I would rather have somebody that is already checked out leave.
Agreed.
No matter what time. No matter what time.
No matter what time?
No matter what time.
Because you started preseason with him.
Yeah.
With him.
And which that's totally okay, but the problem is that he didn't feel right for more than a year.
Agreed.
I mean, like you're talking about, he got to the point last year to where he couldn't even hold a college football.
Correct.
He couldn't hold a college football, let alone an NFL football, which is a little bit bigger.
Correct.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but right.
He was training with high school balls. And like that's completely, I don't know. I mean, like that's very taxing on him, especially to where he's practicing with that, and he's like, maybe one day I'll be back to the NFL. But at the same, like, he has a lot of doubts. He has a lot of thoughts in his head that it just.
And very smart man, graduated Stanford. Okay,
Yeah.
And it's not that.
It's honestly more of a travesty than actually exciting that he left. Right.
Right.
It's more depressing because of the fact that he's been in this sport for so long and he hasn't gotten the full acclimates that he truly deserves.
True.
Because of whenever he first started, people were like, "Oh, that's Peyton Manning's replacement."
Correct.
And
Yes.
then from there, he actually developed a name, and he was actually getting pretty good, but he just didn't have the right. He just didn't have the right coach during the time frame. He didn't have the right
offensive
team.
line. He didn't have.
He didn't have anything.
Correct.
And
He got beat up. I agree. I agree. I just see it as the timing
is a little off.
just from a team aspect
Yeah.
versus
So
because you knew about it way before.
Yeah.
He knew because
He was having discussions probably with them for so long.
oh my gosh, because you knew the exact amount. Everybody that when it came out and said 24.8 million, what the Colts are going to let him still have.
Yeah.
Seriously, you already knew. So
I mean, yeah.
that was my. But anyway.
So I mean, also to kind of add on to that, I mean, like, for me, I remember I had to make a decision in high school. It was either football or musical.
Correct.
And I made the decision on the very last day I could.
Correct.
And that's kind of what he did, is that he put it on almost the very last day.
Almost. That's true. Yes.
Because-
Looking back when you made that decision. Yes.
Because on top of that, he wants to hold on to what he has. You know, I mean, like, he's like, I absolutely love the game. So he's been literally fighting himself on whether to make the decision or not.
Right, and I think also the Colts also probably said, "Hey,
Yeah.
why don't you come back? Why don't you spend some time with the boys?
Exactly. Maybe this
You'll
might
get the
spark it
fire.
again. Yep.
You'll get all the passion back."
I mean, especially how Andrew Luck is so nice on the field, saying, "Hey, nice hit, buddy," to the other defenders. I imagine he's very communicative compared to other quarterbacks.
True.
So he's very transparent with the team, even though Jimmy Irsay is a POS. But that's neither here or there.
And he is. We'll all admit
That's
it.
neither here or there.
Right. Okay. So
Okay.
there you go.
So, first week has come and gone. We don't know what happened, but we're not even going to remotely think about it.
Okay.
Even though, again, week to week is very important for this. But, okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the Thursday night game.
Okay.
We have the Bucks and the Panthers.
That's a toss-up game.
It's Panthers at home. I know.
It is a toss-up game.
It's honestly how Richard Sherman would say that Thursday night games are poo-poo.
Which is true.
They
And then didn't by the time they all see this, wasn't Fitzpatrick named the Bucks?
No, he's down in Miami.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's starting
down
in
in
Miami.
Miami.
Sorry, guys.
The Fitz Magic is starting in Miami.
And he actually got named starting quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's a toss-up. I can't say.
I'm going to go with Panthers.
Because
I mean, they have Cam Newton. They have hold on.
because they have Cam Newton.
They have
Okay.
DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey. Their offense is so much better. Plus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have been like their offense and defense have been just
and do you know what?
limping.
If anybody's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, sorry, but the head coach, Bruce Aaron, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came from the Cardinals. Yeah, you probably better pick the Panthers, folks. Just saying.
Cardinals and Ravens. This one I'm actually very intrigued about because it's the battle of like young quarterbacks.
I'm sorry, folks.
You think it's Ravens?
Yeah, and I'm not even a big Ravens fan, but
I mean, the Ravens have really good lineup. They have Mark Ingram in the backfield, right? They've also got Lamar Jackson, who's a Michael Vick. I personally think he's a replica of Michael Vick.
I can't go with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kyler Murray's a little off, and then on top of that, like their running game is going to be the big thing, and plus, I mean, like we definitely have to see how week 1 is with him because of Kyler Murray on how short he is, on how he's going to be throwing.
I think they installed too big of a college offense for him, and doesn't always work.
Chargers and Lions. That one's kind of an easy one.
Yeah, we all know what's going to happen there.
Yeah,
Chargers.
The Chargers are just going to steamroll them.
Totally.
That's not even like neither here or there. Okay.
Right.
Colts and Titans. This one I'm also intrigued about. Because of the Colts, the past year, their defense has been phenomenal.
Correct.
And then the Tennessee Titans, they've been a total hit and miss off of both their offense and defense. It is at home where Tennessee actually does not do well compared to other teams.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
You're going to go with the Colts?
I just think that they have something more to prove this year.
Yeah.
Given the situation that we just talked about.
Yep. I can see that.
And I think Marcus Mariota for the Titans, he also has something to prove this year. And I don't think he can prove it.
If they have Delaney Walker and Derrick Henry, I think that they're going to be able to have a one-up on the Colts. If they have both of them playing as they have been from 2018. Well, actually, pause.
I just don't think Marcus...
Delaney Walker in 2017.
I just don't see him as a good enough quarterback. I'm not.
No. Marcus is not a good quarterback. But the thing is that his other threats that he has on the field are to where if he throws like 3 inches above or 2 feet, 2 feet above their heads, more than likely Delaney Walker will definitely come down with it. So I mean
that's a toss up for us.
Okay.
That's a toss up.
We'll just go 50-50.
Okay.
That works.
So
49ers and Bengals.
I got to go with the 49ers. I'm not a Bengals fan at all. There's nothing about them that I can even...
Old good Jimmy and Kyle Shannon.
There's just nothing.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's coming back.
I know. You are a Garoppolo fan. He is.
Well, I mean, it's just... He's just been very interesting because, throughout, that first game, he was just totally off. And then that second game, he was doing a great job. And it was to the point where, the Chiefs looked like they were going to lose.
True.
Definitely.
And you like him, and good game. That's an easy one.
Jaguars and Texans. I kind of already have my pick on that one. You were picking Jaguars, and I'm picking Texans.
Okay.
Because of the fact that
I think it's a toss-up game. So I'm just kind of... And you don't, and that's okay.
I think the Texans will come out on that one.
Okay.
The only thing is that... So, also we found out today that Clowney is now getting traded to the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
Which, that just... It means the NFC will be even harder to get through. Right?
Correct.
And so, that's good for Seattle. That's horrible for the Texans.
And that's another. There's another piece. Another piece.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
See how it works. Vikings and Packers. Since the dawn of time, that's what it seems like. This type of game.
Know.
It seems like winter. Feels winter, but it's 9:15 on this game.
9:15.
Well, no. 9:15 as it's September 15th.
Instead of
November 12th.
Right, where it's frozen tundra and the whole bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm just this sounds like a winter game. Legitimately. You have the Vikings and the Packers.
Yes. Frozen tundra.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to pick the Pats.
I have to. I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan, even though so many people are.
But I'm not.
I'm not a Cousins fan at all. Oh my gosh.
Or also, he hasn't really thrown to Stephon Diggs as often. Adam Thielen has been injured. And it might be... And who do they have in the backfield? I forgot who it is. I think it's Dalvin Cook and somebody else. But it's another running back that's almost like a no-namer. But yeah, I think honestly the Packers have a decent. Well, they have a great offense. I think they do. They still have Devontae Parker as their one, right? So I mean, like they're going to go. Devontae Parker's like 6'4", 6'5".
Agreed.
He's tall.
He's tall. It just, I don't think Cousins can lead a team
Well, yeah,
far enough.
yeah.
So there's my 2 cents there.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Cowboys and Redskins
Already in week 2?
in week 2.
Cowboys and Redskins.
Man, this.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm scrolling through. It's more rivalries. More rivalries. This one, I could really care less about. To be
Well, I've
honest.
always cared less about it over the last 3 or 4 years. Okay.
The Cowboys and Indians. Ugh.
Well, the only time I really even cared about the Cowboys and the Redskins is back in, for a lot of you, John Riggins ran for the Redskins, right? And I mean, we're talking way back when Staubach was.
Roger Staubach.
Uh-huh.
Sounds familiar.
But check this out. He was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh. Wonderful.
So anyway, so you don't care. I'm not a big fan either.
No,
Neither, it doesn't bother me.
doesn't
one way or
bother.
the
But if I had to pick,
toss up.
I would want the Redskins.
Yeah, but they're in a disheveled mess.
Yeah, I know, but I'd want the Redskins to win.
Well, I don't like the Cowboys, so I'll go with you.
Seahawks and Steelers. I want the Seahawks.
Well, of course you do, because
One of
on
my
your
fantasy.
yeah, you're on your fantasy.
But I
team.
also have Juju on my team too, so it's kind of like.
Again, I'm a toss up. Sorry, guys, I'm a toss up because I don't like either team.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the Steelers when it was Mean Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw,
Yeah.
Franco Harris.
I think this one in particular will be actually low scoring,
Yes.
because of the fact that Big Ben will throw 6 interceptions.
Oh,
And the Seahawks.
look at you.
The Seahawks will not be able to go down the field because of Pete Carroll on his not good timing and coaching. So I think the Seahawks would win. I'm gonna guess honestly like 17-7.
You're even calling the score.
Yeah, I'm even calling the score on that one.
Wow.
I feel pretty strong.
Yeah.
Bills and Giants next. Another one I could care less about.
Flip a coin, call it a day.
But if I had to pick between the two, I would want the Bills. Because they are a disheveled mess. And I absolutely love seeing them win.
Just because they're really an underdog team.
They're always an underdog team.
And so that's
They
why
always
you
will
want.
be.
That's why you.
They always will be. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay.
Patriots and Dolphins.
Already? Week 2?
Already. I'm telling you, man. Already.
Jeez. Patriots never go down there and win.
They never go down there and win in December. Specifically in December.
True. When they need to really win.
Yeah, they've lost like what, 3
Yeah.
out of like the 4
Correct.
total.
So it's crazy that they go down there.
So now that it's at the beginning of the season, I think they will be able to pull it out.
I agree.
But we'll see how it works. Chiefs and Raiders
Where are we playing?
in the black hole.
I gotta go Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I
Are
do
you
as
gonna go
well.
Raiders?
No, I'm not going to go Raiders. Come on.
No, I'm
John
gonna go.
Gruden has been horrible.
He's horrible. It's not that I don't think that. It's just the fact that it's one of those games where the Chiefs. It's a trap game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have every opportunity to win their division easily, even
Yeah.
over the Chargers. Okay? But the problem is that it's traps because people expect it.
Right. No, totally.
Do I think that they're going to win? Yeah, I do. But it's possible.
Yeah, it might be
Anything's
another. It might be
possible.
another high-scoring game that was like last time.
That was a little bit of a mess.
It was.
Next up, we've got closer to like the night games. We've got Saints and Rams. The NFC Championship Showdown.
Where are they playing?
They're playing in LA. I'm gonna go with, surprisingly, the Saints. Because of how lackluster we have seen the Rams in the preseason.
Okay, lackluster is because people are stating the fact that the head coach is the new wave.
Sean McVay?
Yeah, the new wave of preseason ball. In other words, don't ever start your starters.
Yeah.
Preseason, watch all your other players to evaluate them. Allow your starters to sit out for no injury.
So therefore you can have a larger rotation throughout the year.
I mean, people are stating that that's the new wave. He's bringing the new wave of eventually we're going to see preseason drop to 2, maybe not even.
Which I think they should
have no preseason.
They shouldn't have a preseason. They already do scrimmages against each other before.
Agreed.
That are just there. Like that's a thing. Like I
But
don't understand.
people are saying that he's going to be the new wave.
I've never liked preseason, to be honest. I think that if they were to do anything, they would just extend the season in itself.
Well, okay, the Players Association is not the players. The NFL owners want 18.
Yeah, in which that's a doable amount. But the NFLPA is pushing back, aren't they?
Hard.
In which that makes sense. It does. It makes total sense.
Because then, okay, doesn't the NBA, okay, since you're the big NBA guy, okay, they're talking about if there were 2 games, then you would have to figure out how to rest your starters.
Mm-hmm. No, totally.
Like your starters would only run 16 games.
Yeah.
So somewhere in the season, you would have to put.
But wouldn't you want to have cycle players? Because if you have static players, that just literally flatlines the sport in itself. So I mean, like that's the reason why the NBA has grown so much. Is because they literally rotate players every 5-6 minutes.
Right.
In which it's amazing because then you're like, oh, I know who this person is. I know who this person is. Like I can go through the Lakers roster more than likely, and I will know more than 6 or 7 players.
Right. Where I agree, the NFL,
they have 4 wide receivers as you go, okay, I know who those guys are. I know the tight end, but then do you know the other tight ends on the field?
No,
do you
won't.
Do you know the other defenders on the field? Like
No.
You're not going to. You're just like that's just in which that's the disappointing part, but
correct. So, needless to say, that's where they're going. They're going.
so going back to Saints and Rams.
I'm going with the Rams.
Rams.
Yep.
All right, last 3. These are pretty simple. Bears and Broncos.
Bears.
I got mine too. Bears. Trey Cohen. It's gonna be
The
healthy.
Bears.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. I believe in you, Mitch.
The Bears. This is where you have to put with the Bears, Mike Ditka's cigar. You know,
Yeah.
Big Red Camacho.
Big Red Camacho.
Okay.
Eagles and Falcons.
I don't
mine.
think. Okay.
I got Falcons.
Yeah, I have because I'm not a Carson Wentz fan
You're not a Carson Wentz
at
fan?
all.
Wow.
At all. Sorry, I don't think Carson Wentz can play.
I think he can.
Okay,
Have
show
you seen
me.
him scramble in the pocket?
Show me where Carson Wentz has won anything.
I mean, he hasn't really won it much. Yeah, I will give you
And
that.
he's injured every year.
Yeah, he's
And
injured every year.
So, guess what?
Matty Ice is going to come in
And you keep writing him a check, and I don't understand.
well,
That's just me. That's me.
then here comes the most lackluster one, but I think actually the most entertaining one in my
Seriously. Okay, what is that?
Browns and the Jets.
Seriously.
You're talking about, okay, hear me
Baker's
out.
Mayfield. Yeah.
Plus Dorsey.
Sam Donaldson.
Yeah. Plus you've got, or no, yeah, Jim here. Wait, it's not Jim Hearsay. What's his name? Jim Dorsey?
Le'Veon Bell.
The manager. Who's the manager of the Browns?
Dorsey.
Yeah, Dorsey, but it's not Jack, because since that's the CEO of Twitter. What's his first name? John Dorsey.
John Dorsey.
John
There
Dorsey.
you go.
John Dorsey.
Okay.
There you go. So you've got John Dorsey's second chance team,
Correct.
in which that's a play on, because since he always believes in second chances, that's why he picked up Kareem Hunt, that's why he picked up Le'Veon Bell, and that's why he picked up everybody else, pretty much.
And you have
OBJ, Jarvis Landry. You have so many superstars on this team.
Correct.
But then the Jets have also been under fire because of, what was it, their wide receiver or tight end that got suspended recently for PEDs.
I want to say
Anyway, they've been under fire.
Yes.
But then on top of that, they are like, I mean, like, they will never be who we think they are or who they ever think they will be. Like, they will never be that type of, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
They are who they thought they were.
There you go. And okay.
Crown their asses.
Yeah. And okay. Just for fun's sake, do you know the person who said that?
Oh my gosh, I know. He recently passed like 2 years ago. He was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. But I'm right though.
Yeah. No, he didn't
right.
pass.
Yeah, he did.
The linebacker from Chicago.
It's not Mike Singletary.
It is.
No, it's not. Oh my gosh, it is.
Referee? Griffin?
Oh no, it is not. Sorry. You're right.
It's Dennis Green.
You're
who
Dennis
passed away
Green.
2 years ago.
You're right.
But they are who we thought they were.
Because Mike Singletary went and coached San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, he
Okay,
coached,
so
coached
folks,
the 49ers, and now he's
he'll
coaching
edit
again.
this out.
Now he's coaching.
He won't edit this part out at all.
You never know. Anyway,
Okay.
we've gone way too far, but it's okay. It's all good. This is episode 30.
It is.
It's episode 30.
We're excited. Congratulate him on episode 30. This is amazing.
And we're about to go do legs, and also thank you so much for hopping on. And,
Oh no, it
and
was
being
my
able to-
pleasure because, I mean, it's different for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's different and everything, and like I like to have a lot of different people on.
You do, and it's fun to watch. And for you, it is an amazing thing that I am very proud of you, and I think you do an amazing job. And I'm excited to be a part of 3-0 because I've
thank
not
you.
seen 3-0 in 28 years.
And with that note, we're gonna go hit some legs. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you later.